really well, actually. I feel much less terrible than I thought I would, which is great.
Were there any complications at all?
No, everything's been going really smoothly.
I'd gotten to a place where I didn't hate myself, but I was not happy with myself. I'm just incredibly uncomfortable with my body and mostly the very female parts of it. Like the fact that I'm sitting like this, which like shoulders hunched over, you know, very masculine pose, but also to try and minimize what's going on right here. And I don't ever stand up straight because I feel like my chest is huge and out of control. And that's the only thing that people see of me, and I'm just not comfortable with it. It feels like it's like suctioned to my body, like it's something somebody appended to me that I can't get off.
So I'm dressed crazy like with my boobs hanging out because I am having a white trash fundraiser party, so it's a white trash theme and I needed to go all out. And also I figured the people are all here because of my chest, so they should at least get to see it one last time before it goes away. And I'm just trying to raise money to help cover the cost of my surgery. So the next steps I have to take before the surgery are I have to go see my general care doctor and get a physical done. My therapist sent my letter that says I'm not crazy, that I'm just trans and so need this surgery. So that box has been checked. And then really just sort of preparing myself and making sure that I have people to take care of me and have my prescriptions filled and all of that, and then we go. So for the last 9 months, basically, I've been binding my chest, and that means that basically every morning I get up and one of the first things that I put on before I put on any of my mini shirts that I end up wearing is my binder. And that is kind of like an Under Armour compression shirt, so like those really tight sports athletic shirts with a piece of Velcro under my arm. And then I cinch the Velcro around at my chest level, which compresses my chest down. And basically the point of the binder is to flatten out my breasts so that it gives me the contour when I have a shirt on of having a more male chest without having had any sort of surgical procedure. Basically, it's tight and it makes me sweat a lot. That plus the fact that I have to also then wear at least 2 more shirts over it usually to really hide and sort of mask my chest so that it looks more male. But yeah, I do that basically every morning and have been doing it for the last 9 months, and it's sort of a very essential, it is a very essential part of my wardrobe and part of my sort of presentation so that I can pass every day. I think the chest surgery is gonna do more in terms of me feeling good about my own body than in terms of my day-to-day passing. Like right now I can pass almost 100% day-to-day. I think it's going to make me more comfortable in my own skin and be able to sort of pass in ways that I want to. So tomorrow, after they put me under general anesthesia, they are going to do a bilateral mastectomy with free nipple grafts. And what that means, or at least what my surgeon says that means, is that they're going to cut a U on the underside of each of my breasts and then cut across the top of them. And so that will allow her to sort of pull that piece out and then take the flap that's left from the top of my chest and sew it down, so basically sew the 2 places where they cut together in a way that looks like a male chest, so a little bit more square, a little bit flatter, And then so what they'll have done is they'll have taken that piece out, and that will have the nipple in it. And so they'll cut the nipple out and resize it, right? Because women's nipples are much larger than men's generally. And then they'll basically tack them on in the appropriate position. So it's, you know, a little bit lower, a little bit more to the side. And so, you know, essentially they're just sort of like staple my nipples back on. Yeah. I was actually thinking the other day, because it's summer, and it's hot, and I've been sweating all over the place in my binder, of like the fact that like I will be able to take my shirt off in public. Not that I plan on doing that like all over the place, but like I will be able to go to like a beach and take my shirt off. And I had this sort of very visceral reaction of like, that's not right. Like, I'm not allowed to do that.
Can I tell you like a really sappy story that happened this afternoon?
Please do.
Okay. So, I took my pain pill and my antibiotic, and I was getting ready to just take a little nap because I was feeling pretty tired. And so I'm like laying down in my bed, and because of how I'm wrapped up, the only like really comfortable position for my arms is like across my chest, like kind of like I'm laying in a coffin, which is kind of creepy. But so my hands are crossed like across my chest, and you know, I had been sort of scooting around trying to get comfortable, so my heart rate was up a little bit, like nothing too crazy, but my heart was beating a little bit more strenuously than normal. And so I have my hands across my chest, and I can feel my heartbeat through my chest. And normally, I can only feel my heartbeat like up by my throat because my chest is so big. And so I feel my heartbeat through my chest wall, and I just started crying because it was just like, they're really gone. I just lost it. Like all of the emotional stress and baggage that I've been carrying around just sort of came out, and I just like cried myself to sleep, and it was beautiful.
Well, so today is Thursday, May 30th. I am a week and a day post chest surgery. As you can see, there's a lot less of me here now. Today is very exciting because it is the first day that I get to shower after my surgery. So that's what I'm about to get ready to do, but it's very exciting. So I was all bandaged up with a lot more on for the past week, and had sort of drains coming out of my side here of either incision, collecting all of the fluid and everything, which were really gross. But yesterday morning those came out, which was kind of painful but so welcome. So I have to wear this ACE bandage for at least a week, if not more than that, just until swelling goes down, until the incisions sort of heal fully. So I'm gonna take this off. This will be the second time I've actually seen my chest in real life. The first time being yesterday when my surgeon pulled all the stuff out of me. My chest is still numb, which is kind of a blessing, but also weird in that I get kind of tingly sensations every once in a while. As you can see, there's still surgical tape on my incisions, and some padding on my nipples to make sure that they are protected and don't get rubbed off during the day, which would be a very bad thing. So these are just sort of stuck on with a little bit of antibiotic. We'll see what happens. Ugh, gross. So not pretty right now. Kind of disgusting, actually. That they're still just sort of giant scabs. But they will get prettier over time. Hopefully. So... Alright, I'm ready to have the most glorious shower I think I've ever had in my life. And, well, you don't really get to be part of that because it's not that kind of movie, so we'll see you later. what comes next? That's a great question because I don't know that there is a next step after this. I mean, settling into my body is definitely gonna be a process. So I think for now, I'm just ready to like sit for a little bit, like to not be changing crazily. Like in 9 months, I will have started hormones, fully transitioned to being passively male, and cut my chest off. So it's kind of a lot. I feel like I've earned some time to like give birth to myself a little bit, to like let myself settle. I think my chest surgery and sort of recovering from my chest surgery and the next probably 6 months or so after my chest surgery definitely feel like the closing of a chapter at the very least. I mean, I think this is definitely a point of the end of the beginning.